May your early mornings always be worth it. Cookery in Ireland AM brought to you by Kerrygold.
Now, we have a lovely light lunch option in the kitchen this morning. It's very light. It's flowers.
Erin Bunting from the Edible Flower is making a dandelion fritter salad.
Yes.
We're intrigued with this.
Well, I just felt like I always want to do something surprising and something
We're
maybe
very
you haven't
surprised
eaten
this
before.
morning.
Box ticked.
Yeah, and also this is the time of year. This is the time of year for dandelions. They're everywhere at the moment.
They are.
Dandelions are in season all year round, but this is their kind of prime
Now,
season.
it's not the stalk, because I always remember as a kid you'd break the stalk and there's this white, like you kind of, the taste is really sour, horrible.
Yeah, no, it's quite full on, quite strong.
Living in the country,
it's definitely
what's going on now?
quite bitter. But I mean, the whole plant is edible. I'm just making. I'm going to make a little tempura batter. So I've just combined two types of flour there. I've combined plain flour and corn flour and a wee pinch of salt to make a really simple tempura batter. Super easy to do. We're using some sparkling water, and I'm just going to pour that in. And it doesn't need to be super smooth. A few lumps is fine.
Sparkling water when you're making a batter?
With tempura batter, yeah, the fizz just makes it a wee bit lighter. You can also use like cold beer, like a lager. Ideally, it's nice and cold from the fridge because that makes the batter lighter as well, just a wee bit more. You're looking for a kind of texture a bit like a sort of double cream kind of texture,
like
heavy
when you
cream.
see a beer battered cod.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that,
Similar to that. You might make the texture a wee bit thicker for something like that because. But because the flour is so light, we want something like really light. So I'm just going to a wee tiny splash more water in there. But yeah, the whole plant is edible. Flowers, leaves, and the root as well.
You're only just doing the flower part. So you go out to a garden or a field or a meadow, collect all your dandelions, wash them, I'm assuming.
Well, I actually don't wash them because then they kind of get all like sort of. I just like tap them out and kind of. I just use a little.
Cat's been peeing on them or
well,
something.
Pick them from somewhere where there aren't any animals. So I picked these from my garden. I don't have any dogs or cats. Right. But yes, I would advise picking from somewhere where there isn't lots of animals.
They're getting deep fried.
And where they haven't been sprayed with pesticides or things, or like weed killers, so like municipal areas sometimes spray. And then basically all we're going to do is we're going to take a little dandelion flower. I've taken the stem off, as you can see, hold it by the back of the flower, dip it in the batter just to get it kind of coated,
wild, Erin,
and then just drop it in.
No, this is mad.
The oil, and we'll just let those fry for a couple of minutes. And it's like super like delicious.
What temperature did you have the oil at?
The oil's at about 180. So I've got a little thermometer, but if you don't have one, if you just drop a bit of batter in
and you see
it sizzling up, you'll know that it's ready to fry. And you can obviously do this in a deep fat fryer. We're just doing it in a little pan.
It's a great story now if you're having friends over and you're making them a nice salad. And
super fun. And you can also do this with elderflower later in the season as well. I would do it with like little elderflowers, you know, that you would make cordial.
Are there any beneficial elements in them? Yeah,
so they've been used for like thousands of years as a folk medicine, you know, a herbal medicine. They have really good like cleansing properties, so there's lots of tests that show they're really good for the liver and the kidney function. They're like traditionally seen as a diuretic, you know, so actually one of their folk names is piss-a-bed, because they're supposed to be, if you take them, but flush out all that.
I was literally going to say it earlier on. We used to call dandelions in Ballyfermot piss in the beds.
Yeah, because they're I called them that when I was growing up.
Piss the beds.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be so like cleansing, like sort of flush everything out. So yeah, they're supposed to be super good for you. I'm making a little dressing to go on the salad. So we've got some olive oil. I put a little bit of white wine vinegar. I'm going to put a little bit of mustard.
I remember the sticky backs as well, wasn't it? Yeah, sticky willies or something as well.
The Ginny Joes. The one. No,
they're edible as well.
We're going all over the place now.
Cleavers are edible too. So
cleavers as well, right?
Sticky
all
willies.
These great names.
We've got. I love the folk names.
They're
so fun. Yeah, it's just like so fascinating where those names come from. So I've made a little dressing just with some olive oil, a bit of white wine vinegar, a bit of salt and pepper, and a little drizzle of honey just to sweeten it up.
Oh, lovely.
And we're going to...
I can't wait for this. And you have some blue cheese and stuff as well.
Blue cheese. I'm going to just slice a wee tiny bit of onion here to go in.
Always a bit of raw onion is always lovely, and a little bit of
red onion. And you know what a good tip is, which if we had a bit more time, we'd do properly, but what I would normally do is I'd slice the onion a bit in advance, make the dressing.
Oh, yeah.
And then put a wee tiny bit of dressing on the onion and let it sit for a couple of minutes because it takes the bite out of the onion a wee bit.
Yeah.
So you can do that. So we're just going to pop that into the green salad that we've got here. Put a bit of dressing on. These fritters are pretty much done.
They only fritters take. Is it until they brown up?
No,
or
I don't.
Do you want to
I
even
don't let
like
them brown. They won't really
brown
because it's like a tempura batter. So you know, if you're in a Japanese restaurant or something, and we're getting like tempura vegetables.
Oh, they're never really brown.
They're not brown. They're sort of crispy and white. So that's kind of the texture we're looking for. So we'll just take them out of there, and I'm going to turn the hob off just to be safe.
You have some. You just put some in the oven then.
I just put some extra ones in the oven. Yeah. So if you're making them, you can pop a few in the oven to like keep them warm while. You don't want to keep them sitting for a long time, but you could pop them in, while you fry the next batch.
Is that just a little bit of salt?
A little bit of salt just to kind of put a little bit more dressing on here. And we're almost ready to
trying this now.
plate up. Just use my hand here to toss the salad leaves. And
then you just put them out. Like, would you have this as a little starter then?
Yeah, so actually I make this loads. I run lots of like supper clubs, like private dining events. People buy tickets, come to them. So I would make this quite often as a starter at this time of year. Or I just make the little fritters themselves and do like a blue cheese dip and serve them as a canapé when people arrive, along with their drinks.
Right, let's taste
we're almost
these.
there. Let's pop these on. They look so gorgeous, don't they? Like little sunshines
cool.
with the
very different. I'd say people are kind of asking if you put that down to be wondering what
is this I'm eating?
Yeah,
we're going to pop in a little bit of blue cheese. Sprinkle of that. This is a really nice raw milk Stilton style cheese that's made in Northern Ireland by a friend of mine called Mike Thompson.
What's it called?
It's called Young Buck.
Young Buck.
There's an amazing cheese shop that he runs. That's some honey over the top, just to add a wee bit of sweetness. And all the sprinkles. Tiny little bit chili flake. I'm almost there. Here, a little bit of chili flake just adds a wee bit of bite as well, and then just a few wee flowers, including some of the dandelion petals.
You have to put more flowers
over the top. Oh yeah, you've got to have flowers.
Okay, that looks absolutely delicious.
And there we go.
I'm dying to try
I want to try one of these.
Yes.
Okay. Look, that's a nice looking one, won't it? That.
That's a nice. What do you mean a nice looking one?
Looks good.
So I'm interested to hear your.
Right, with the blue cheese.
A bit of blue cheese balances out the bitterness of the dandelion. Alan's face.
Yeah,
you can eat it.
I'm going to try another one.
We're eating flowers. We're eating dandelions.
Well, I think, just that like little bit of crispiness with it. It's
deep fried dandelions. That is a first. Erin Bunting, thank you so much.
Great.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Let's hope not.
Derek's been in Rathfarnham all morning. We'll be checking in with him in a couple of minutes.
May your early mornings always be worth it. Cookery in Ireland AM brought to you by Kerrygold.